Hi, this is John Oliver of High Fashion on YouTube. However, today we're not going to be talking about a garment for 20 minutes plus today. Today, we're going to demystify these high fashion brands. So, I have a hypothesis. It could be just a me thing, but if one other person can relate to it, then my hypothesis will be proven to be right? Anyway, so if you are into fashion like me, you scroll on Farfetch a lot. You consume a lot of fashion related content, for example, you're watching this video right now. If you are like me, you're probably not the richest man in your town, in your zip code, probably on your street, right? And you probably don't own a garment from every brand possible. Let's set up the premise, then I will provide you with my thesis, and then I'll try to persuade you to see my point. I own pieces from Margiela, Rick, Raf, Bodhi, Prada, etc., right? I, however, do not own any pieces from CDG, Yohji, Issey, Loewe, CCP, Visvim, Y Project, Marni. Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to impress you all with all these brands that I can list off the top of my head? The point is, I'm better than you. Wait, no. The point is, I don't own a lot of clothes. I don't hold Margiela, Rick, and Raf on a pedestal anymore because I own pieces from them. And I know how it feels to unbox them. I know how they package their items. I know what it feels like to have these garments on my body or on my feet. I, however, hold CDG and Yohji Yamamoto on a very high pedestal because I don't own any pieces for them, so I dream of what it would be like to wear one of these pieces from them. Keyword is dream. Like when you dream of something, you romanticize it. When you romanticize something, you make it out to be better than it is in your head. Prior to getting my Greedy boots, I looked at Greedy like it's the greatest brand on earth. Like horse leather, oh my god, I wonder what it feels like to wear horse leather boots. Prior to getting my first Raftsman piece, I thought the brand was this amazing entity that one does not dare touch. Or should I quote the great contemporary poetry, as soon as possible, Mount Rocky. Please don't touch my rap. Prior to getting my first Rick Owens piece, I thought I could never even get one of these items because the price range is so much higher. Prior to getting my first undercover piece, I would scroll on multiple online retailers, just looking at every piece and then just dreaming of owning them, dreaming of what it feels like to have one of these pieces one day, dreaming what it feels like to have it on my body one day. So my thesis of sorts. So in order to demystify these brands, we just need to get one item from them. Get a keychain, get a fragrance, get a backpack, get a sex doll, get crack if you are into Celine, go to Zara and get a random t-shirt if you want to own something from Dior. Get something, anything from these high fashion brands. Once you do that, you won't regard these brands as highly as you once did. Once you get an item from a brand that you love, you hold that brand to a less regard than the brands that you don't own. Does that make sense? It's very easy to demystify these brands. There's a mystique to these brands, and once you get an item, anything from them, you would have demystified them. Once we have an item from a particular brand, we don't put that brand on a pedestal anymore. The vice versa is also true. We put brands that we don't own any pieces from on a pedestal because we dream of what it would be like to unbox it, wear it, own pieces from these brands. So my persuasion, go on Farfetch, get something below $100 from Rick Owens. Fuck me, I forgot. Rick Owens pieces starts at $300 like their t-shirt. Okay, new plan. Go on Farfetch, get something around the $300 price range from Rick. If you don't own any Rick and you built this mystique about the brand in your head, right? So get a t-shirt from them. Once you get that t-shirt, you will know how it would feel like to buy something from Rick. You will know how it feels to unbox something from Rick. You will know how it feels to wear something from Rick, even if it's just a t-shirt. I'm not saying these clothes and these brands aren't special anymore, but when you don't own any items from them, you put these brands on a pedestal. For example, I love Yohji. I do not own any Yohji pieces. I would like to change that soon, but when I'm scrolling on Farfetch, Essen, Matches Fashion, I often get dazed and like wonder what it feels like to own a long coat from Yoji, you know, like, or a nice pair of pants. Like, you dream, you romanticize it because you don't know what it feels like to wear them, to unbox them, to have the to have the garment on your body. I look at Yoji as this brand that makes clothes out of God's cum, you know. I look at Yoji as if Jesus butt fucked Shiva and then their child fucked Cristobal Balenciaga, and then they all store all of this cum in a bucket, and then Yoji is now in possession of that bucket, you know, and he's using it to make all these garments. Okay, story time. So I remember the first time I got something from Rick Owens. It was actually this year or a year ago. Whatever, recently I got something from Rick, and you know, I've always thought it was out of my price range. It was, and still is, but I bought them anyway because, you know, I don't give a shit about my future, and you know, I want to make sure that all of my kids will feel my presence even after I pass. So, you know, they'll feel it every month when the IRS come knocking on their door and like,
you always dead, your dad owes money, time to pay up, kids.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, I was so excited to get the package. I couldn't wait. So, you know, I did what all of you do, or most of you do, you know, I Googled some more photos just to see more angles of it. I looked on YouTube to see if anyone has made a video about it because, you know, I want to see something. I want to see more of what I'm about to have. And the moment they said, here's your tracking number, I checked it every hour knowing it won't arrive for 3 days. But it was just, I was so excited and I couldn't wait. Okay, so that was my first time getting a Rick Owens. I lost my virginity, right? So a couple months later, I got another Rick Owens piece. I checked the tracking once, the day of. I opened it, you know, same box, same tag, same everything except for the garment. It was less exciting, you know, like the pieces was better than the first piece, but I have demystified Rick as a brand in my head, so I don't hold it to the high regard, to the high pedestal anymore, you know. It's just another coat to me now because it wasn't as special as my first coat, even if I like the second one better than the first one. Does that make sense? I demystified the brand that is Rick Owens in my head. The mystique is gone. I own pieces from them. I know what it feels like to own pieces from them. I know what it feels like to wear pieces from them. My point is, once you get an item, once you get one item from that brand, like that brand loses its power and mystique over you, you know, you bring it down a notch because at the end of the day, if you got a t-shirt, it's a cotton tee, it's 100% cotton likely. If you got a pair of boots, it's probably calf leather. If you got a t-shirt from Zara, you know what it feels like to get a t-shirt from Dior because they're both the same. You know, like it just different variation. You only have one body, you only have one pair of feet. You can only wear a t-shirt. How am I trying to phrase this? You know what I mean, right? Yeah. When I'm scrolling on Farfetch now, like I'm not amazed or starstruck with Rick's anymore because, like, you know, I own pieces from them. I know what it feels like to own pieces, and I know what it feels like to buy pieces from them. Like I know how the tote bag feels in my hand. I know what type of box they use for their shoes or boots. However, I still have this like Dior Tee type of feeling towards like Yohji Yamamoto and CDG because I don't own pieces from them, you know. I know that their jeans are just cotton jeans. I know that their long coats are probably just, you know, like 100% wool. I know that their bags are just, you know, calfskin light fit cum, you know, like it just, but I still hold it on a high pedestal because I don't own pieces from them, so I don't know what it feels like to buy something from them and to have that garment on my body, on my feet. Another example is I don't own any pieces from Louis Vuitton in the present Virgil era. Like I like some of their pieces. I don't look at Louis Vuitton as this brand where it's like, oh my god, it must be so cool to wear their pieces. It must be so cool to own this brand because, you know, I own a wallet from them. Like, and the wallet is like predated Virgil, so like it's not even his era, but I own something from that brand. So like in my head, it's Louis Vuitton has been demystified. I know what it feels like to own a piece from them. And you know, now that I own something from them, like I don't feel as though I need it as much. I hope it makes sense. Like, you know, I don't look at Virgil's collection as high as I look at Yohji's because I don't own anything from Yohji. I don't own anything from Louis Vuitton Virgil era, but I do own a wallet from them prior, so the mystique is gone, you know what I mean? I demystified the brand that is Louis Vuitton. And you know, same feeling applied to any other brand, like, you know, Peter Doe, Bodie, Prada, Raf, Rick, Margiela, whatever else I own. Once I get a piece from them, I don't hold them to this high pedestal anymore. I don't look through every item from that brand as much and dream of owning them because, you know, these brands, they lose their mystique. I will end the video with this. Once you own something, anything, from the cheapest item to the priciest item from a brand, you'll have demystified that brand. Alright fellas, TED Talk's over. Go masturbate now. I'm assuming I'm going to be putting this video around 10 p.m. By the way, if you masturbate in the morning, like unsubscribe, leave my channel right now. I don't want you weirdos around. I don't want you weirdos in my channel. But yeah, anyway, my name's Makasi. It has been a pleasure speaking to you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.